When it comes to sports in Lorain, your station to watch is TV 20, Lorain City Schools Television.
Good evening and welcome to Lorain High School. It's JV basketball, Titan style. Tonight, Bob, it's the home opener. The Lorain Titans 0-0 on the season against the Richmond Heights Trojans. And the tip goes out of bounds. It'll go to Richmond Heights. Cam Thomas, number 11.
Where are you getting Trojans?
What are they?
Spartans.
Spartans, okay. I don't know why, because they look, the silhouette on the roster.
I got you.
Looked like a Trojan. Down the lane, Sony up and blocked out of bounds. We'll let you know right from the get that all we've got are last names from the Richmond Heights crew.
Why is that?
Well, we just didn't get much cooperation from the scorers table, and the roster only has the varsity names, so we'll go with what we got. Cam Thomas defensively for Lorain is number 11. Sam Clark, number 5. Jaco Lee, number 20. 24, Javon Manning, and 10, Devontae Jackson. That's nice. Manning in traffic.
Nice.
Manning gets it back, goes up strong, gets whacked in the act.
Manning, 6'3".
Oh, yeah.
Nice, and jumped out of the gym to snag that last board. Wow.
Foul was Ahmad, number 1.
And a sophomore, not a junior playing down. He's a sophomore.
And a 2-year starter on the football team.
What position, Jay?
Safety.
Is he a hitter?
He's a safety.
Safeties are usually good hitters.
Missed the first one. We played 30 seconds. Second one, back rims, and off to Ahmad. And here comes Richmond Heights. Black with blue trim. A strong Division IV school, Bob.
Very strong. And, when we get to that varsity game, I'll tell you what the expectations are.
Down the lane, there's going to be a foul on the dribble. I think it's going to be Manning, 24. His first. And corner. That's 54, Sony.
Good trap. Nice.
Devontae Jackson with the steal. 3-on-1. Manning. Layup up and in. He had the angle. He also had
a pass.
Sam Clark ahead. Taken away by Jaco Lee. Up and kicks it over the front. 4-0 Titans quickly. This is an experienced JV team. All 5 of these guys, 4 of the 5 starters played JV last year as freshmen. Timeout, Richmond Heights. Wow. Sam Clark being the exception.
Is that Dax McCall over there?
That is Dax McCall.
Wow, he's one of my old guys, Jay.
Timeout quickly for Richmond Heights is I don't know if they expected the heat. They were late. The bus got stuck in traffic coming through Cleveland at rush hour. That can happen.
Yep.
And so...
Yeah, there were only about 8 minutes on the clock when they came out to warm up. They didn't shoot much. They did a lot of stretching. It's got to be a definite disadvantage. But I'm glad to see Dax down there. He was one of my favorites. Really hard-nosed, tough.
Much like the other guy down there, Chris Boo Kimbrough.
Yeah.
Same kind of player. And longtime coach Dave Rossitano also on the bench with them.
Oh, Dax has him playing hard.
Dominique down the middle, taken away by Lee. Ahead for Devontae Jackson. Jackson in and over the front. He thought about trying to jam it.
I think he might have nicked his ankle a little bit there. He's jogging back uncomfortably.
I think that was... I didn't dunk it. And all I've heard, off dribble, out of bounds in the trap, and the Titans will take it. It's 6-0. Whistle. Question from the scorers table.
Jay, I know we're going to have people who watched our freshman game, which Lorain High won, and now are following through with the JV game. One of the biggest difference between the two is speed.
Yes.
The game really speeds up. Skill level, obviously, much better to to deal with that speed, but what a difference. Really very impressive half-court defense by Lorain High. I mean, they're trapping in the corners and in the passing lanes off the trap. Really nice.
Now, I'm not sure what the call is here.
Is this
it's a scorebook violation.
It's a technical foul.
Yeah, so it's going to be a technical on the Titans bench. And
now, Jay, if it's a scorebook violation and a technical, that's
an indirect technical, so it's not on the not the sit-down code.
Okay, all right, that was my next question because I can see Dax rather is not one to sit.
Second one up and in, so point for Richmond, 6-1, and they'll get the ball as well. And my guess is what happened is you had a couple of guys on the varsity roster, and Cam Thomas and Devontae Jackson, who are dressing down and might not have been in the book. Nice pass off into the corner. 3-ball up and in by Ahmad.
Pretty nice
and
stroke.
It's 6-4. Ahead to Javon Manning. Whistle, layup and hoop.
No doubt about it, it's a block.
Second foul on Ahmad. Manning with the hoop and the harm. He's got 4, looking for 5. 4:59 to go. So we've played a tick over 2 minutes. Shot up, back rim, the third.
Good cut.
Up, Manning, no. Sam Clark got caught.
Hand in the cookie jar.
Yep. Substitution for Richmond Heights, 30-33, Tracy in. This is Ahmad. Lee harassing him till he gets it across. Now Jackson takes him. 25 is Dominique. Got away with a walk there off the back iron.
Nice defense.
Cam Thomas got pushed out of bounds. That was probably a no call other than the fact that Cam's foot hit the line. First foul on Dominique. Substitution. 20, Hightower in.
It's like a little box pressure here.
Yes, it does.
Need a middleman. We've got one up the sideline.
Cam Thomas. That's going to be it was touched. You get a little break for the Titans there as it was thrown away. Devontae Jackson tees one up for 3. Nice stroke around and out. Manning runs it down. Jackson goes right back to the same spot. Shake and bake.
Nice cross.
And fouled on the layup. Foul was 3, I believe. Peterson. Devontae to the line, got a basket for 2, looking for a couple more. 8-4 Titans. It was 6-0. Technical on the scorebook. Made it 6-1 and then a 3-pointer. Number 2, Deshaun Fairley into the ballgame. He's the 5th guy that played JV last year. Second shot up and in. Jackson with 4.
Okay.
Man-to-man action here as Jackson pressures Ahmad. Ahmad spins. Jackson does a good job getting back in front, though.
Wow, Richmond Heights stands.
Yep.
They just stand. They're going to have trouble against this heat.
Sonny? Well, it's kind of what we saw in the opener. Jackson takes it away.
That's very good heat by Lorain High.
Manning, baseline, all the way in, puts it up. No foul. Rebound by Sonny. He has trouble when spins, but stays alive. Titans recover down the lane, up no. That was Tracy.
Nice.
Jaco Lee ahead for Devontae Jackson.
Good block.
Went underhand instead of overhand, and it might have cost him one. Now, everybody moved, and there was a charge to be taken there.
Really the first time Lorain High's been beaten off the dribble in almost 4 minutes of play. That's pretty good considering how much pressure they put on the basketball.
Cam Thomas gets the foul. Richmond Heights will inbound with Sony, number 54.
Watch a
the
lob.
one and only.
Watch a lob.
Yep, it's the Tom Izzo inbound play. Throw it over everybody. Peterson, Sony. Wing wang over here to Johnson. Sony with it again. Jackson has him, pokes it away, picks it up. Devontae Jackson throws it ahead to Jake O'Lee.
Oh, come on
missed
now.
the layup. Cam Thomas got it and put it on the ground, so he had to take it out. Manning will bowl his way back in. He got whacked in the act. 54 Sony with the foul. Now, Manning is 0 for 3 thus far from the line. There's a whistle, and there's a timeout on the floor. It's a full timeout by Richmond Heights. Go ahead, Bob.
Jay, let me see if I can do a better job with this now than before earlier. There's going to be an Admiral King basketball alumni night for anybody who's played. And I'm not going to read this directly, but it's basically Friday, December 21st. And it's the night that Lorain High hosts Shaw. The JV game obviously starts at 6 and the varsity to follow. And players, you have to contact and register. For all former players, either call 440-830-4008 or email Brian Corey and give him your full name, the year you graduated. Did you get a letter, any individual accolades, anything of that type. You'll be recognized at halftime of that varsity game, and then also there'll be a social from 9 to 1 at Rosewood Place following the game. So, that's really a good thing. An Admiral King Basketball Alumni Night, Friday, December 21st. Contact Brian Corey and register, and you'll be there.
I want to make sure we get everybody's name down so everybody can be recognized that's there. It saves having the hectic nature of game night. Manning at the line for 2 throws. Long again. Now he's starting to question himself. He's 0 for 4. Substitution at the table. Damian McShepard getting ready to come in on a make. Nope, 0 for 5 for Manning. Rebound is Tracy for Richmond Heights. Again, we don't have any first names, so we'll do what we can do. 20 is Hightower. He has Cam Thomas.
Dunk.
Bam! Big Cam with the throwdown.
Out of the timeout, Lorain High's picking up full court.
6'4". Sophomore. Knocked away twice there. Manning got a hand and Lee got a hand. It'll be Richmond Heights ball in front of the bench. There's a gaggle of new Richmond Heights players, and McShepard in for Manning.
I'll tell you, Lee really hustles, Jay.
They all play hard.
Really hard.
I'll tell you what helped these kids more than anything is that extra 3 weeks of practice with the varsity on the run to Columbus.
Yeah, good point.
These kids practiced every day against one of the Final Four teams in the state of Ohio.
Good point.
So you learn to play hard when you're playing against play hard. 3 ball, no.
Oh.
Knocked away. It'll be Titans ball. Cam Thomas had that and somehow didn't catch it. Big B. Beyond Smith Belcher, number 33 in. He again practiced with them, and he made some giant strides last year.
How was Big B in football, Jay?
Big B is going to be okay. Unless he gets too big. McShepard out to Jackson. Good.
Nice.
Devontae with 7, 12-4.
Richmond fell back to his own. Lorain High realized the reason immediately. Nice job.
McShepard did a nice job in the high post, just catching and relocating it. Nice job stopping Sony, as Lee does, and then they come together. The only 2 cars in Kansas just had an accident.
Jay, if I was playing, I would not want Jocko Lee to guard me.
No.
I'm telling you that right now.
And I don't think I'd want this guy either. Mr. Pope was bragging on Deshaun in the preseason. Baseline move, Big B, but Lee comes down to knock it away. Back out, Sony throws three. I think they were worried about a shot clock violation.
Come on.
Smith-Belcher had a rebound, had it taken away, and then there is a tie-up. It'll be Titans ball with 40 seconds to go and a 15-4 lead.
I'll tell you, Jay, Big B Belcher, I mean, he's slimmed down, trimmed down from last year. Looks pretty good.
One of the Davises is in. One of them is number 1 and one of them is number 11 in the book. So this has to be Caleb Davis, number 0. Jackson front rim, no. McShepard, he doesn't know that he's not 6'4". We saw it last year. He likes to work along the baseline behind the defense. Now Jackson brings it out, and there's 9 seconds to go. You need to get moving here. It's a zone, or you're going to get a 3 ball from the corner. Wide open to a nope, and we've played 1 in Lorain. Titans 15, Richmond Heights 4. Back with more after this.
Ohio State is saving lives every day.
This is Ohio State.
We're the economic engine of the state.
A major employer.
Over 60,000 students. We're on the forefront of cancer research. An educational core of Ohio.
Impacting tens of thousands daily.
Our alumni organization is nearly 500,000 worldwide.
This is Ohio State.
This is Ohio State.
Ohio State.
This is the Ohio State University.
I started mentoring my mentee, Dantre, 4 years ago. I always thought about doing it. It always seemed like a good idea.
We were both nervous when we first met, but everything kind of fell into place.
Mentoring is important to anyone that's pretty fortunate in life to have a little bit of time to pass on that knowledge.
Etienne's a very close friend. I look at him as a brother and a father figure. He taught me just focus on the big picture because I would like to give back just like Etienne gave back to me. Be someone who matters to someone who matters.
Back here at Lorain High, we've played 1 in the opener of the JV season. Titans on top of Richmond Heights Spartans, 15-4. For Lorain, 5 Sam Clark has returned. Beyond Smith-Belcher, 33. Deshaun Fairley, 2 with the rebound. He gets it ahead to the Big B.
Come on,
Big B is going to get picked. Darn. Just had his steps messed up a little bit. Now he's loafing. So he's going to come out real quick. Down the middle, up and no. But Ahmad's going to go to the line. He had their only basket in the first quarter. Foul is on number 20, Jaco Lee.
Oh, I wish that dunk would have gone.
Caleb Davis, Jaco Lee, Anthony McShepard, Beyond Smith, and Deshaun Fairley are the 5-4 Lorain. Back rim that one.
Jay, don't you find it odd that down by double digits in the first quarter after a timeout, Richmond Heights comes out and plays a zone? I mean, it's almost like waving the white flag.
Well, some of it is we played it, so we worked on it, so we're going to play it. 1 of 2 for Ahmad. He's got 4 of their 5. One of the things that they don't do as well out of it is rebound.
Right.
And because I thought they were effective early on. Nice cut by McShepard, and again, he relocates the ball. Fairley thought about it, realized how close he was to the bench, and said, no, thank you. McShepard again with the cut. Corner Fairley. Davis.
Pretty good patience here.
15-5. We've played a minute in the second quarter. Fairley front rims a jumper. Clark gets a hand on the rebound. Davis in there. It's a held ball situation. Will be out of bounds to the Titans.
Well, Jay, that was exactly what you were talking about. When you play a zone, you don't rebound as well.
Because you don't have an assignment.
That's right. And you saw it right there. Nobody checked anybody out.
And, you know, I used to be a big believer in box outs, but Anthony McShepard underneath. Cam Thomas back out to Fairley. 3-ball Sam Clark back rimmed it. Fairley retrieved it. Clark. Davis. Whistle timeout. Dax McCall wants it. And it's just, I don't think they're ready to attack the zone.
Well, they have to punch it into some seams.
And one of the problems, I think, is you've got Davis at the top, who's not a shooter. But, Bob, I've kind of...
What were you going to say about boxing up?
I've kind of rethought my thinking, and Tom Izzo teaches, his teams are very good rebounding teams, and he doesn't teach boxing out. He teaches his guys to hit, find, and fetch.
And by that, he hits.
He's putting a forearm in the closest guy's chest.
Okay.
He's looking for the ball, and he's going to get it.
Gotcha.
It sure works for Michigan State, a different group of Spartans.
But defensively, they're making contact.
Right. I mean, they're, but in terms of the, get them on your back.
Reverse pivot and check out. Yeah, I got you.
I mean, they're going aggressively to hit. Fairley, Davis, and Clark around the perimeter. McShepard and Thomas are the interior two. Fairley, they get a little bit of interchange movement now. Davis throws three back rim. Sam Clark up, no. Thomas got a hand on it. Whistle out of bounds. It'll stay with Lorain. Off number 12. Barber. Manning back for McShepard. And McShepard doing a nice job, but one of the things you need, he's just 5'11". Clark. Get a little bit more size on the inside. Fairley.
There
Thomas.
You go. It's all right.
Ball on the ground. It'll be Richmond Heights ball on the held ball.
That was okay. Punch the ball. You have to attack the seams of a zone.
Just need a pump fake there maybe, and he gets a foul.
Here comes the full court pressure, and it has been impressive.
One of the other things you don't want to do, when you're inside position, is bring that ball behind your head and let the defense get a look at it. Yep. Run out there they didn't pick up. Sam Clark late to get back, but did make it. Throwing it to Cam Thomas, who throws it ahead to Fairley. Fairley with an angle for the layup, up and in. Nice headman pass by Cameron Thomas. Ahmad is going to be seeing Titan jerseys in his sleep. Hook shot up, no. Thomas again.
Great defensive pressure by Lorain High.
Near side, that's Fairley. He says, why not? He got a nice screen from Manning. Followed his shot and ran over the rebounder. He got Tracy. So we'll make it the first on Fairley.
I think I'm so impressed with Lorain High's pressure in the half court. And Dax McCall, nice job, coaching staff. I think Richmond Heights has had only one clean look the entire night, and that was at 3.
Off the inbounds play.
Yeah, right. That was the only clean look they've had in this game. And
I would agree.
We've been playing
7 and 2 and 9.5 minutes. Ahmad has got, look, Jake O'Lee's back in. I bet he's happy, Ahmad. You bring it up, Coach. I'm not in any hurry. Gets it across to Dominique. Far side Barber. Back to Dominique. Down the lane. Traveled with it. No call. Sam Clark ahead to Fairley. All the way up and in. Deshaun with the last 4. 19-5. He's got the only 2 baskets of the quarter. We've played 3 minutes. Down the sideline. Lee cuts him off. Ahmad brings it across, taken away by Fairley.
Lee takes you out of your comfort zone.
Dominique, and it gets out of bounds.
Wow. Richmond Heights is going to take a timeout.
Their third. Justin Pryor in. Full timeout once again for the Spartans. Bob,
it's the defensive heat. It's the intensity. It's very impressive. 19-5. They've only had one good look at the basket the entire game.
Well, let me have a minute here to mention that if Tuesday, December 11th, if you're not doing anything during the day, stop by Lorain High from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. and take a ride in a brand new Lincoln from Liberty Ford Mercury in Vermilion. A donation will be made to Lorain City School District for each person who drives. The first 300 are worth $20 and the next 200 are worth $10. Possibly $8,000 donation to the district, but we do need people to test drive. So come out, show a driver's license, and give 10 minutes of your time 10 minutes, $20. That's $120 an hour, Bob.
That's nice.
No obligation to buy anything, but if you're there and you're looking for lunch, Panini's food truck.
I'd like to have a navigator.
Will be on site. So, well, with gas, I saw gas today on the way here for $2.05. So, getting a little bit more affordable, the big SUVs, at least for the moment. 3:50 to go, second quarter. Richmond Heights with 2 times out left. Getting it ahead, Devontae. Well, that's Sam Clark, but Cam Thomas retrieves. Clark gets a step in that time. No. Up and good, and that's number 3, Justin Pryor, just come off the bench and get to 21-5.
Again, not rebounding out of his zone.
Yep. Jaco Lee and Justin Pryor in the backcourt with the Heat. Now Cam Thomas comes up to trap and forces a travel.
Lee forced that turnover.
Well, the vision of Cam Thomas coming up when you're already freaking out. Substitution for Richmond. He's just looking for somebody that can get him in an offense. I mean, they've got one basket, Bob, and it was on a baseline out-of-bounds play.
I mean, any young players watching this, keep an eye on number 20, Lee, when he's defending. His head is on the ball, and his step slide in either direction is very, very good. And he keeps that head on the basketball. Doesn't reach unless he knows he can get it.
Now we've got questions, again, from the scorer's table. So we'll stop.
Now, Jay, who at the score table recognizes a problem or a discrepancy?
Well, I don't know, but they all started yelling about the same time.
But generally, who would be pointing that out?
Well, the scorebook is in the charge of Lacey Reichert. Now, 13. There's going to be another technical foul as he's not in the scorebook, evidently.
Okay. So, Jay, are you saying that their scorekeeper with the scorebook points it out to the officials?
Well, I would think that ours is the only official, but as an official, you should be pointing that out because you're neutral. You're an official.
Okay. Well, I guess my question is, who alerted the officials?
That's what the buzzer was when the ball was dead. When he came in, it wasn't a problem until 13 came in, and I don't have his name, so I can't say who that is. That Ahmad.
Davion Reese?
Is it Reese? That's it.
Yeah.
See, he's on the roster as Davion, and I couldn't come up with his last name. So, 21-6. Richmond Heights still with the one basket. We've played 10:45. That's Reese with the Heat. Ahmad says, I don't have Lee now, I get Reese. Spins into the lane and finds Lee.
Yeah, well, Lee helped recover on the floor.
Peterson with it outside against Reese.
Well,
Thomas on the trap with Ahmad. Don't reach. Thomas takes it away.
Go.
Jump ball.
Well, Richmond Heights doesn't move offensively, which makes the Heat that much more effective.
Well, it's what we talked about earlier, Bob.
There's nobody open. You got to make strong cuts and back cut that pressure. And they stand it. It just makes the defensive.
Now, I'm going to guess that this is a combination of freshmen and sophomores, since Richmond Heights did not have a freshman team.
Gotcha.
That Manning back outside, 3-ball on the way, no. Back up and in by Cam Thomas on the stick back. He's got 4. 23-6. There hasn't been one big run. The Titans are just kind of methodically doing things here.
Well, it's been turnovers and stick
Stephen
backs.
Reese all the way up with the left hand and knocks it. It is Stephen Reese. Davion? Okay. And the Titans drop back at 25-6. I'm not sure I want to take their intensity away if I'm coach.
Well, Lee's waiting.
I'm looking at the Richmond Heights coach, and he looks very frustrated. and into the trap, and Cam Thomas is going ahead, passes it off to Manning, dunks it. Very unselfish of Cam. He said, I got one, now you get one.
Yeah, right, because he can dunk it as well.
27-6, whistle, 5-second violation. Substitution for Lorain. Kenny Jenkins, number 12, is going to come in.
He's taking another timeouts, Jay.
Is he?
He's taking another timeout.
There's only one other JV coach that I've ever seen use all of his timeouts in the first half, and that was me.
You were getting pressed off the floor?
Oh, my gosh. Toledo Libby came out the first game of the season, and it was a group that ended up in Columbus, so I didn't, after the fact, didn't feel real bad, but my goodness.
Which group ended up in Columbus?
Toledo Libby group. I can tell you who was on that team. Aaron Whitehead, who I just spoke to tonight, was on that team. It was the first year that Lorain High had closed. It was a merger group, and the
heat was so good you had to burn all of your timeouts.
Oh, my. There was no point. We were down so much, there was no point in saving them, and that's, you're down 21. What are you going to do with three timeouts in the fourth quarter? It's 27-6. Now the scorekeeper's over to go offer a word of advice.
Well, my advice would be spread the floor. You have to move, make strong cuts. You can't stand against pressure.
Well, the only time they have shot the ball off a pass, it went in.
Yeah.
This is Davis. Kalib. No. Gets his own board. Nice job. Pass off. Fake. Up. No. Banged around inside. And Davis. Jump ball out of bounds to Richmond Heights. Now, that's Kalib Davis, and he's in there at all of about 5'7", battling right there as well. Whistle, travel. Ahmad's, this poor kid.
Defensive heat.
If I was the coach, I've used 4 times out, I'd take him off the ball just because he's so frustrated. He said, I don't have Jake O'Lee.
I agree.
Oops. Down the middle, all the way up, finger roll, no. Thomas batted it around a couple times and comes out with it. Pass underneath, out of bounds. It'll be off of Reese and out of bounds.
Jay, it's 27-6. We have not really shot the ball well. Most of these have been layups.
We've made more than one.
Well, but we have struggled a bit in the half court.
But you know what I'm saying is they've made one.
Yes.
Ooh. Fancy ball handling there, and your prizes run into another Titan. Underneath, Cam Thomas with the great recovery.
Yeah.
Jenkins, Pryor, Davis, Reese, corner, Thomas for 3. Nice pass to McShepard, that's Jenkins down there. Back out front to Pryor. 40 seconds to go in the half.
I don't recognize. Now they're coming out in the man, I think.
28 seconds to go in the half. Davis dribbling it out in the center circle. Titans will want one. Couple of Spartans at the table if the horn goes up, but we're down to 12 seconds in the half now. Down the lane, Davis, pass off Thomas. Thomas traveled with the ball. And he did, but there was a man on his back.
Well, I like the concept much better than a flat 1-4.
I do too.
You go to the corners in that, take away help.
Pressure in the backcourt. 2 seconds to go as it's a cross, running three-pointer, no. And we've played 2 here. 27-6, Titans on top. And the Titans, for those of you keeping track, the Titans have given up 1 basket.
Yeah.
in the half.
The other scores are all technical fouls. Technicals.
So we'll be back with more from Lorain right after this timeout.
In an instant, life can change. Hi, I'm veteran J.R. Martinez. If you've been hurt or disabled due to your service, the last thing you need to do is hurry up and wait for a VA claims decision. Make sure you file an electronic, fully developed claim or e-claim for disability compensation on e-benefits. It's the fastest and easiest way to get a claims decision. Learn more at ebenefits.va.gov. e-claims, and e-benefits. Online VA claims made simple.
Copy and paste. There's a lot of hidden dangers out there in cyberspace. Never put your personal information online unless you ask your parents and they say that it's fine. Before you log on, don't be hasty. Please be smart with online safety. Stop and think before your connection. Use these steps for your protection. Online safety.
Stop. Think.
Connect.
For the thousands of wounded warriors returning from battle, Wounded Warrior Project has developed the Warriors to Work program, a unique program that helps wounded warriors translate their military experience to the civilian workplace. The Warriors to Work program also works with employers to find the right job for the right warrior. Contact Wounded Warrior Project at findwwp.org. Welcome home the brave.
Can I go to the sleepover?
Lucy, I want you to promise me something. If there's any drinking, I want you to say, "No thanks, not my thing."
Mom.
I promise you, your real friends won't care. Deal?
I promise, Mom.
They really do hear you.
Did you pack your toothbrush?
For tips on how to start the talk, visit underagedrinking.samhsa.gov. A public service message from the Substance Abuse and Mental Health Services Administration.
We make Marines who overpower the desire to quit with the perseverance to prevail. Not for glory, but for honor. For a code that isn't written or spoken, but lived. It's what we do. It's who we are. It's the battle cry of our fighting spirit. Battles won. See all the battles Marines fight to win at marines.com.
Back here at Lorain High, JV basketball, 27-6. Titans on top of the Spartans of Richmond Heights. As the crowd late filing back into the gym, Devontae Jackson will inbound to Jake O'Lee. Number 5, Sam Clark, is on the perimeter with them. Javon Manning, 24 and 11. Cam Thomas inside against the Richmond Heights zone. Bob, you're right. I don't understand. Nice job reversing the ball through the post. Oh. Devontae Jackson with the no-look pass to the water cooler.
You don't understand
the zone.
Me neither. It's okay. We can't guard you. I mean, we can't guard you. You're too much better. And actually, truth be told, their athleticism is equal to ours.
Well, it slowed down the game some if that's what they wanted to do, but that's 21. They're down 21. They need to speed the game up. Into the middle, Manning tie up, and it'll stay with Richmond Heights. That was just pivot to pressure. Tracy turned and handed it to Manning, who tied him up gladly. Sony will inbound, the one and only. Just tosses it out to Ahmad, who's got he's got Clark with him. 3 ball on the way, back rim. No, Devontae Jackson skies for the rebound. And he'll bring it up against the Spartans. Jake O'Lee down low. Nice. Cam Thomas.
Go ahead, power through that.
And they're going to call it on the floor. That probably makes up for one of those continuations we saw earlier. 54, Sony gets the foul, his second. And Clark, 3 ball, good.
Okay.
Sam Clark with the first 3. He's their best outside shooter, Bob. That's 30-6.
Jay, I think that might be our first perimeter score.
Devontae Jackson had a 3 in the first half. Jake O'Lee.
There he is again. There he is. He'll drive you nuts.
Here's a thought. Pass the ball, son. But he comes from behind, knocks it away. Ahmad, no. Now it's how many can we get in a row since they ahead to Manning. Manning on the run, lays it up, in, fouled. Foul was going to be on Peterson. Manning with 8, looking for 9.
Boy, I like the job Dax is doing. You know, I see the weakness in this group is really not a good shooting team, and they have to work on it. But if they could work on shooting the basketball and improve, it could be a very good squad.
Manning, oof. The foul line has not been kind to Javon. He's 0 for 6 now. if you're looking for things to work on.
Yeah, I mean, right, perimeter shooting as a team.
Right. Devontae knocked it away from behind. Clark ahead back to Jackson.
Give it to a dunker.
He's going to dunk it.
Oh, he is? Oh, my, that's the third different player, Jay, in a JV game dunking the basketball.
34-6.
Come on.
Call the Auto Club. We got a blowout here at Lorain High. Jackson cutting off the penetration of Dominique. Now sends him down the lane. He throws up an air ball. Ahead, Jackson. Again. No. Cam Thomas on the follow. Thomas with 6. 36-6. The lead grows to 30.
Well, they're out of timeouts, Jay.
And I think they got one left. There's a 3-ball.
Oh, you're right. They do have one left.
Ahmad, who has got the only 2 baskets of the ball game for Richmond Heights. They're both 3s. Cam Thomas walks into the lane, puts up a 10-footer, and knocks it down.
That hole in their zone has been there all night long.
38-9.
When Thomas catches the ball.
Oh.
No, that's no fun right there. Ouch. When Thomas flashes to the elbow and catches the ball, the wing on that side has got to drop down and replace.
Now, when I was in the LEL as a principal, we had a rule that you couldn't sit in the front row of the bleachers, and there's why. 2 people just got squashed as Sony went into the bleachers to try and save the ball. Lee brings it up against the zone. 38-9.
Right.
Jackson for 3. Splash. He's got 12. 3 more than the Spartans.
Wow.
Knocked away there.
Wow.
Lee's got it back from Jackson. He lays it up.
Oh.
That's a little much. It's not the NBA All-Star game. Manning gets his 10th, but Lee threw that up high off the square for somebody to try for a tip dunk.
Yeah. Wow.
Whistle.
Now, Jay,
timeout Richmond Heights.
No. Are you serious?
Yes.
Oh, my goodness.
What are you going to do, take it on a bus with you?
Well, Jay, I mean, the game still has, a quarter and a half to play. You might need it in the fourth quarter.
For what?
Well, I mean, just
it's 43-9.
To stop the pain.
I think the pain is greater with the clock stopped when you're in this situation. To tell you the truth, Bob.
You might be right. You might be right. Wow. What?
Been on both ends of this, and I know that the bench on the right's having a lot more fun than the bench on the left.
Well, and it's pretty organized pressure, too. I mean, there's some blitzes, there's some traps. I mean, my hat's off to that coaching staff over there.
You just look down there like the last possession when Sony brought the ball up and picked it up in what we used to call the death spot in the corner, the half court. You just knew what was coming.
Yeah. I mean, it's organized. It's not helter-skelter, but it's really intense.
Well,
Smart.
you know what I've seen is I've seen growth in a couple of these guys, and Cam Thomas's court presence so much more aggressive. And that comes from practicing with the varsity every day. He and Jackson have gone into the locker room. They're done for the game.
Jay, I always think teaching effort is very difficult, and their effort out there, every player plays so hard, and really teaching effort, and they've got it. They got it. They have it figured out.
Caleb and Khalib Davis in for the Titans, along with Deshaun Fairley and 12 Kenny Jenkins. 3-ball no. That's Reese, and he gives it to Caleb. Fairley down inside to Reese, puts it up and in.
Nice.
Davion Reese with 4. Well, layup, no. Knocked away, no. Fairley has it, gets it to Reese. Reese loses it from back pressure down the lane. Layup up, no. And I think it's Khalib Davis. Yep.
One thing I do think at this point, Jay, is I think Dax should take the heat off.
Because?
Up 45. Well, you're up 45-9. I mean, it's the thing to do. When you're blowing somebody out, I think you've got 2 obligations. One is to play everybody, and and the other one is to take off the full court pressure.
Well, but I also think that your obligation is to your program.
Well, I'm not saying that you don't go out there and play hard. I'm just saying
Banks it in.
You pick up at the 10-second line.
Peterson.
Oh, the effort's still there. You still play hard.
I just want to, but if our style is that we're going to press 94 feet.
Well, I
understand what you're saying.
Okay.
This is the first game of the season. We got to get better.
Well, if that's your style, I still say you take it off. It's the sportsmanlike thing to do.
I used to tell my kids it's not our fault they're bad, and it's not their fault we're bad.
No.
Fairly. Woof. Deshaun Fairley off the glass, 47-11. Ahmad, step back three. No. Off the cable. And it'll be a Titan ball on the rebound. Substitutions. Timeout, Lorain. Wonder what we've thought of in the last couple seconds, Bob.
Jay, I want to remind everybody again that on Friday, December 21st, there will be an Admiral King High School basketball alumni night. That's Friday, December 21st. And by the 19th, Wednesday the 19th, you have to call Brian Corey at 440-830-4008 or email, which probably would be more difficult to do, and tell them that you're interested. It's going to be a great night. You'll be honored at halftime of the varsity game, and then there'll be a social after the game at Rosewood. It's going to be fun.
And I think it's the 30th anniversary of the last Admiral King team to go to Columbus, 1988.
I think last year we went to Columbus.
Right.
No, yes. I remember that well.
Davis. No. Davis, no. And Richmond Heights comes down with it. Titans everywhere, and Heights comes down 4-on-2. Up and in. Nice finish there by Sony, 54. He's got 3 now. Third basket of the night for the Spartans. I think one of them was credited to the Trojans, though. Whistle, travel.
Yeah.
You got to catch the ball.
Well, the other thing I like from our JV squad is very unselfish play. They're under control.
Right.
I don't see passes being forced, and just a pleasant, very enjoyable. I'm so pleased to watch both ends of the floor. Very disciplined. Attitudes are good. I'm always looking for body language on the bench and so forth. I mean, all of that stuff checks out.
Still getting after it in the half court. Rebound off there to Jenkins on the 3. Reese will bring it ahead down the middle. Reese lost control out of bounds. He's trying to gather it to go up and avoid the charge. And with 1:16 to go in the third, it'll be the Spartan ball. This crowd's starting to fill in a little bit for a Tuesday night.
You've got
two good teams.
Yeah, 2 good teams.
I don't think people recognize that. Richmond Heights.
If you believe the internet chatter,
I agree
their
with that.
varsity's going to Columbus.
Fairley's coming back 2-on-3, all the way to the hoop, crosses over, puts it up, gets grabbed.
Plus, Jay, this was Lorain High is a team that went to state last year. That goes a long way in cultivating the fan base.
Sure does. Johnson, 21, gets the foul. Fairley go to the line. .51 seconds to go in the third. Titans have given up 7 in the quarter. First one up and in. 7 for Fairley. That 7 represents more than they gave up in the first half. 3 baskets total, 2 in the quarter. Second one up and in.
Good stroke.
8 for Deshaun.
Taking the heat off. Good for you, Dex.
Just for the moment. It's more fun when they don't expect it. Whoops. Nice move there. And Tracy into the book with 2. And 49-15. Titans will pull it out with 20 seconds to go in the quarter. Chance to double up here as they'll get the ball coming out. Reese down the middle, kicks it back out to Davis.
Got 10 seconds.
3-ball splash. Khalib Davis. 2 bombs away. I was going to say, wouldn't it be funny if that one went in? We've played 3 in Lorain. Titans scored 25 that quarter. 52-15 is where we're at, and we'll be back with the fourth quarter action after this timeout.
Every year, the Salvation Army serves nearly 30 million people in need. That's one person every second. So by the time you've finished watching this, 30 more lives will have been changed for good. All thanks to your donations.
Thank you.
Start of the fourth quarter here. Jay Ferguson, Bob Braskich, Joe Bach on WLCS TV 20. And the Titans are up 52-15. Khalib Davis up top with his brother Caleb and number 3, Justin Pryor.
Gee, with a spread?
Well, you got to work on it sometime. And, you know, if you're going to, I would almost question why you do it without the starters.
That's a pretty good point.
They do look like they're matched up somewhat now. No? They're still in the zone, are they?
I think they're in the
they're just switching everything out top, so it's hard to tell. Yeah, they're in a man.
Yeah.
Bad catch there. Pryor. Davis.
No.
Off the foot as he tried to get it to his brother. That was going to be a twin-to-twin assist. Pryor will inbound it. Played 52 seconds. Titans have had the ball the whole time without us taking a shot. Khalib. Back around to Pryor. Near side. Caleb. 3-ball.
Oh, my. Off the down screen.
Khalib again. Back-to-back threes, and it's a 40-point lead at 55-15.
We're not picked up. There we go.
Now, Poop's got that as Caleb Davis. So I'll go with him and say that Caleb Davis has hit the last 2.
Now, you know Pope has got it, Jay.
Well, that's what I said. I mean, I'm not going to disagree with him.
Right.
Of course, brother Cam plays on the varsity, and oldest brother, Kevin, played on the undefeated team a few years ago. Whoops.
That's a push.
That's heat. Davis just emptied it down the middle. Let's see who hit.
Oh, nope.
Well, it went in.
Flopped in.
Damian McShepard.
If that would have been a clean dunk and gone in, that would have to have been a Lorain record for different dunkers in a JV game. We've had 3 thus far.
Well, Damian McShepard is about 5'10". In fact, knowing Coach Rossitano, he's listed at 5'10", which makes him 5'8".
5'8". Yeah, exactly. I think anybody that can dunk 6 feet or less is an amazing athlete.
I agree.
Amazing.
Boy, have I got a stat for you next game. About the work. I don't know what that was. Give it up, get it back. Kenny Jenkins in the book from Caleb Davis, who also hadn't scored, so that was very nice. 59-15. So, Bob, you got any plans this winter?
Me?
Yeah.
Plans? Do basketball games in Channel 20, I hope.
That sounds like a plan. Foul is on 15, McShepard.
Why, do you do something I don't?
I just love this part-time of the year. Well, it's 59-15. What do you want to talk about, strategy?
I got you. I stay
Reese
busy.
in for win.
I enjoy the unstructured schedule of a retirement.
I agree.
Yeah.
Lob to the water cooler. We'll give it to the Titans with 4:06 to go. I look at the body language of this poor coach. I mean, what you've got to say is he has tried everything he can as a coach. He's tried zone. He's tried man-to-man.
Nice back cut.
McShepard, McNo off the leg, and it'll stay with the Titans. Reese knocked it off the leg of a Spartan.
You know, one of the things, Jay, here is these players, although they have good athleticism from Richmond Heights, their league, they don't see this. I mean, they're in the Chagrin Valley Conference.
Okay.
And, you know, they're in there with Harding, Cardinal, Independence, Berkshire, Cuyahoga Heights, Kirtland, and Wycliffe. They don't
Offensive foul called on Peterson. And
I mean, and I doubt if they've ever seen the kind of heat. I know they haven't. That they faced at the onset of this game.
Yeah.
And as far as the coach, I mean, number one, you can't stand. I mean, first open man's got to get the basketball. You have to back cut. You have a lot of movement and space the floor against that, and that's his responsibility to teach that.
And the one thing I can tell you as a coach, and I've been in about every situation imaginable, Davis with a rebound, tried to get it over to McShepard off his hands and out of bounds, is now you've got their attention. It's easy to get your points across when you're losing 59-15 at your next practice.
Yes.
Taken away there by Pryor. That was a clutch fest there as he came across half court. Reese bombs away for Kenny Jenkins in three. Makes it 62-15. Layup up and in. And the fourth basket of the evening for Sparta. Reese. McShepard gets in, throws it back out to Davis. Davis down the lane, lays it up with the left hand, glass and in. Caleb in the books with two, 64-17.
Oh, why?
I think he wanted to get a sub in.
Oh, okay. I see.
I think it was to get a sub in. Foul was on Pryor, who just kind of went up and now I don't know why.
You know, we haven't seen much of a Big B.
No, we haven't. He missed the dunk and didn't run back, and that was the last we saw of it. Nope, there's a turnover. Pryor gets it back from Davis. Pryor down the wing, pulls, three ball. Boy, that looked good in the air. And ahead, knocked away by Pryor. Davis throws it back off.
Yeah, wow.
When you're going good, that's what happens. And when you're going bad, that's what happens. There it is, in a nutshell.
Well, we're down to 2:07 left in the game.
Jenkins brings it across, and that was almost a giveaway too. And I'm not sure why. It's the fifth team foul. I mean, the last thing in the world you'd want to do is put a team on the line when they're up 47. Davis,
nice
back
curl.
cut. And they just put a kid on the line. McShepard's going to go there.
See, every time Lorain High has set a down screen and has
curled, yes.
They have no idea how to defend it.
Okay, now there's about 8 guys at the conference at the foul line there, so no secret plans were made. They're going to take everybody but Twin off the line. And now they took Davis off the line. The official threw the ball while he was leaving. First shot, no, for McShepard. In the ball game, McShepard has a layup for 2. Second one, and in. Used it all, but got it to go. Richmond Heights walking it up. Everybody scored but Big B.
Yeah, I'd like to see Big B in the game.
Well,
we had some fun with him in the game last year.
Stop by next time, I think. McShepard over the front of the rim, and it's officially a 50-point lead, Bob, with 1:23 to go.
Wow.
High scorer has 12, so everybody's pretty much got in. Now, I don't know.
Officials are very reluctant to blow the whistle at this
Okay,
point.
that's still a common foul on Pryor. They sure didn't want to call a jump ball there,
no,
did they?
They did not.
Whoa. Now there's going to be an offensive foul. 25's going to. That one. Pryor just took a two-hand shove to the chest.
I missed it. I was.
Now we're going the other way
elsewhere.
now, son. Okay. Davis to inbound. Oh, that's a 1-and-1. Lucky us. Justin Pryor to the line. In case anybody's counting, Richmond Heights working on a 2-point quarter again. First one up and no. That's 1-and-1, so we'll go the other way with a minute to go. Down to the hoop, underhand, no. Tapped around. Davis with the ball. That's Caleb.
Okay, they're going to that spread again. I mean, he did it kind of with a hand signal. It was pretty good, Dax.
Yeah. Well, he also had him dribbling right at him, too, so. Now, McShepard.
Now, you can't stand, fellas, if you do this.
Well, actually, if you're not going to do anything,
you can't. If they're not going to guard you, you can, but generally speaking, you have to. Now, I'm not a big fan of this as a spread delay. I think there's too many flat passes in it, but
yeah.
I like how
well you got. They
got into it.
You got to have penetrators. Did you see that?
Yeah.
Down, up, no. Rebound to the Titans. Back out. Pryor, 3, no. That's okay. Davis has it and brings it back out.
8 seconds. And a foul is called. 8.4 left.
Ahmad gets that one. That was just borderline intentional, and I'd say it was over the border. So to the line, Caleb Davis, who has 6 points on a pair of threes. First one up and in. Second one left-handed up and in. So he's got 8.
Wow.
Congratulations to Dax McCall, the winner of his first coaching appearance.
Wow, Jim Pope, Dax McCall.
Right on it, isn't he?
Yeah, first coaching appearance. Nice job, Jay. I thought Dax and Chris Kimbrough and Dave Rossitano, for the first time out, I mean, it impressed me as being a very well-coached team that plays off the charts hard.
Okay, well, let's wrap this reel up real quick, Bob. Everybody but Big B got in the book today, leading the Titans charge. was Devontae Jackson, who was in the locker room by the middle of third quarter with 12 points. Also in double figures, Javon Manning had 10. Cam Thomas had 8. Caleb Davis had 8, and Deshaun Fairley had 8 in a very, very balanced attack. And at 69-17, let me tell you how the defensive effort went. Richmond Heights had quarters of 4, 6, 9, and 2 for their 17 points. And in the first half, 1 basket. 4 in the second half. So that was just an all-out domination. And the gym's getting a little loud here, Bob, as the Varsity Titans come out to warm up for their home opener. And we're going to step away. If you're watching on YouTube, remember, go back and boot us up again to see the varsity game. Spectrum will be a different program as well.
This has been a production of Lorain City Schools TV 20 WLCS.